Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Linux G. I am Ratikan and today I am going to discuss about advanced automation with Ansible and Ansible Tower. So without any further delay, let's start. But before starting, guys, please like my YouTube channel and subscribe it. Since the beginning of network computing, deploying and managing the servers reliable and efficient has been a challenge. Historically, system administrators have typically been walled off from the developers and users who interact with the systems they administer, and so they have had a managed server by hand, like installing software, changing configuration, and administering service on individual servers. As data center grew and hosted applications become more complex, administrators realized they could not scale their manual system management as fast as the applications they were enabling. That's why server provisioning and configuration management tools came to flourish. Server virtualization brought large scale infrastructure management to the fore, and the number of servers managed by one admin or a small team of admins has grown by an order of magnitude. Instead of deploying, patching, and destroying every server by hand, administrators now are expected to bring up new servers with automatically. Nowadays, automation came which help avoiding the problems caused by manual system administrations and infrastructure management. As a system administrator, you can use it to ensure that all your systems are quickly and correctly deployed and configured. This allows you to automate the repetitive tasks in your daily schedule, freeing up your time and also allowing you to focus on more critical things. For your organization, this means you can more quickly roll out the next version of an application or updates to a server. The question is coming next: what is Ansible automation? Ansible is an open source automation platform. It is a simple automation language that can perfectly describe an IT application infrastructure in Ansible playbooks. Ansible is a simple, flexible, and extremely powerful tool that gives you the ability to automate your common infrastructure tasks and run the ad hoc commands and deploying the multi-tier application spinning multiple machines. Even though you can use Ansible to launch commands on a number of hosts in parallel. The real power of Ansible managing those using playbook, and you can see one small example of a playbook. So why we should learn Ansible? Ansible can manage powerful automation tasks and can adopt too many different workflow and environments. At the same time, new users of Ansible can very quickly use it to become productive. Ansible comes in the category of configuration management tool like your Puppet, Chef, SaltStack, etc. It's the simplest aiming all the configuration management tool in terms of its easy to read and write approach and masterless, or you can say serverless architecture. Ansible have three very beautiful features. First one is simple. So Ansible playbooks provide the human readable automation. This means that Playbooks are automation tools that are also easy for a humans to read, to comprehend, and to change. And for this, no special coding skills are required to write them. So playbooks are execute tasks in a order. The simplicity of playbook design make them usable by every team, which allows people new to Ansible to get productive more quickly. The second very good feature which is powerful. You can use Ansible to deploy your application, to configure your management for workflow automation and for network automation also. So Ansible can be used to orchestrate the entire application lifecycle so that Ansible is become more powerful compared to other tools. The third, last very beautiful feature is agentless. Yes, Ansible is built around an agentless architecture. Typically, Ansible contains to the host it manages the using OpenSSH or WinRM and runs the tasks, often by pushing out small programs called Ansible module to those target hosts. The program are used to put the system in a specific desired state. Any modules that are pushed or removed when Ansible is finished with its task. You can start using Ansible almost immediately because no special agent need to be approved for use and then deployed to the managed hosts. Because there are no agent and no additional custom security infrastructure, Ansible is more efficient and more secure than other alternatives. So, where you can use the Ansible? What are the ways? The first one is cross-platform. Ansible provides agentless support for Linux, as I told you, as well as in Windows, Unix, and also in your network devices. And also Ansible can automate a virtual machine, a physical machine, a cloud infrastructure, as well as a containerization platform. The second is human readable. Ansible playbooks written as YAML text file, which is making easy to read and helping to ensure that everyone is understands what they will do exactly. Version control. Ansible playbooks and projects are plain text. They can be treated like source code and placed in your existing version control system like Git, Bitbucket, etc. Dynamic inventory. Inventory is nothing but a text file where you define the host information that you want to manage with Ansible. The list of machines that Ansible manages can be dynamically updated for external sources in order to capture the correct current list of all the managed servers all the time, regardless of infrastructure or location. And orchestration. Automation is when we group the list of tasks and execute them in top to down order through a script. Generally, like installing web server through a script, whereas orchestration is the process where we group multiple automation tasks and execute them into an order. Like example, if we are orchestrating set of multi-tier web application, we have to set up all the services like databases, web services, load balancer, monitoring in an order so it gets validated when we have entire setup running. So first we will set up the database server. So when web service is set up, it gets connected to the database and gets the validated. Next, we may set up load balancer and add web services under it. Monitoring would be set up at the very end. Now, monitoring services will return right result from the load balancer and web services and database services. So this process is called as orchestration. But now it's not limited to just this and is done for variety of other IT infrastructure processes like your cloud computing, network setup, etc. So in simple terms, tools that manage the configuration of IT infrastructure like OS, network devices, applications, softwares, and cloud computing services are called as configuration management tools. Configuration of IT infrastructure like software and OS changes happens every now and then. We add, remove and update them for good. Doing such changes to under 100 of servers and devices is very time consuming and error prone task if you do it manually. So these tools help you to manage and automate all that changes with easy and from a centralized place. Application deployment. So when you define your application with Ansible and manage the deployment with the Red Hat Ansible Tower, team can effectively manage the entire application lifecycle from development to production. Provisioning also possible by Ansible. What is mean of provisioning? In general, provisioning mean providing or making something available in the IT infrastructure. For example, providing a web server mean installing and setting up web services software and its configuration on a OS. Continuous delivery. Creating a CI/CD pipeline requires coordination and buy-in from numerous teams. You cannot do it without a simple automation platform that everyone in your organization can use. Ansible playbooks keep your application properly deployed throughout their entire life cycle. Security and compliance. When your security policy is defined in Ansible playbook, scanning and remediation of site-wide security policies can be integrated into other automated processes. Instead of being an although it is an integral part of everything that is deployed. So where those things you can apply? So these are the fields where Ansible automation can done. Like it can be a firewall, it can be load balance, applications, containers, cloud infrastructure, servers, the bare metal infrastructure, storage, network device, and so on and so forth. The inventory. As I discussed, inventory is a text file where you define the host information that you want to manage with Ansible. The list of machines that Ansible manages can be updated statically or dynamically from some external sources in order to capture the correct list of all managed servers at the time. Modules are one that do the actually work in Ansible. They are what gets executed in each playbook task, but you can also run a single one using the Ansible command. So basically, modules are known as super command, unlike Linux commands, and each module written in different languages like Python, PowerShell, Show and so forth. And in your screen you can see some very used modules, primary modules used by Ansible automation. In this diagram you can see the workflow of Ansible, or you can say the Ansible automation engine, where Ansible administrator can automate the target host machines, or can deploy the application, or can manage the network devices using number of playbooks. But before pushing the playbook to the target machines, your control machine should have some resources like inventory, modules, API, and plugins. So, as I already discussed with you the inventory and modules, I'm not gonna repeat again. So, API. What is exactly API? API stands for Application Program Interface. So, an API is a set of routines, protocols, and tools for building software applications. Basically, an API specifies how software components should interact. Additionally, APIs are used when programming graphical user interface components. Ansible Tower basically using this REST API to do the automation through graphical. There is another resource also required, which is your plugins. So plugins are nothing but piece of code that augment Ansible's core functionality. Ansible uses a plugin architecture to enable a rich, flexible, and expandable feature set. Ansible by default ships with a number of handy plugins, and you can easily write as per your choice. Ansible Galaxy is a repository for Ansible roles that are available to drop directly into your playbooks to streamline your automation projects. It is easy to get up and running with Ansible. Ansible roles is an independent component which allows reuse of common configuration steps. Ansible role has to be used within playbooks. Ansible role is a set of tasks to configure a host to server a certain purpose like configuring a web service, deploying application, so on. Roles are defined using YAML file with a predefined directory structure. How and from where you can get the Ansible? In your screen you can see Ansible path, or the repository you can access from the Red Hat subscription. Here, automation for team. While Ansible can be powerful configuration management tool, it can feel to IT admins who are not intimate with command line tools. So for them, Ansible Tower aims to address this concern with a graphical user interface, and also extends Ansible functionality with additional management capabilities. IT teams can perform a wide range of configuration management tasks with the Ansible Tower. The tool eliminates the need for ad hoc scripts and manual infrastructure management, and offers instead a way for admins to apply configuration in an automated and repetitive way. So, as we discussed in Ansible, Ansible is a simple powerful, agentless. But what other is missing? So here some new features is introduced by Ansible Tower, which is not done by normal Ansible CLI, which is central integration and access. To Tower acts as a centralized platform to run Ansible playbooks and perform logging and manage the inventory of hosts in an environment. The Ansible Tower dashboard also provides a single view into deployment, health, and status, including current Ansible job execution details. Playbook runs cloud inventory update and source control updates can be scheduled inside Ansible Tower to run now, to run later, or to run forever. So, set up associational tasks like nightly backup, periodic configuration remediation for compliance, or a full continuous delivery pipeline with just a few click you can do. Next is integration. So every feature of Ansible Tower is available via Ansible Tower's REST API, which providing the ideal API for a systems management infrastructure to build. If it is easier for you to wrap a command line infrastructure and write REST code, Ansible Tower CLI tool is available for launching the jobs from CI system such as Jenkins, or when you need to integrate with other command line tools. Access. With Ansible Tower, all automation activities is securely logged. Who run it, how they customized it, what it did, where it happened, all security stores and viewable later or exported through Ansible Tower's API. So, what is Ansible Tower? Tower is a graphical enabled framework accessible via a web interface and a REST API endpoint for Ansible. The open source IT orchestration engine, whether sharing the operation task with your team or integrating with Ansible through the Tower REST APIs. Tower provides many powerful tools to make your automation life easier. And Tower will also give you role-based access control. So Ansible Tower allows for the granting of permission to perform a specific task to different team or explicit user through role-based access control. This is the architecture of Ansible Tower. So Red Hat Ansible Tower is a Django web application designed to run on a Linux server as an on-premise self-hosted solution that layers on top of an enterprise's existing Ansible infrastructure. Users interact with their enterprise underlying Ansible infrastructure using either the Ansible Tower or RESTful API. The Ansible Tower Web UI is a graphical interface that performs actions by executing calls against the Ansible Tower API. Any action available through the Ansible Tower Web UI can therefore also be performed using the Ansible Tower REST API. So the RESTful API is the essential for those users looking to integrate Ansible with existing software tools and processes. Ansible Tower stores its data in a PostgreSQL backend database and makes use of the RabbitMQ messaging system. Version of Ansible Tower prior to version 3.0 also relied on MongoDB database. This dependency has since been removed and data is now stored slowly in a PostgreSQL database. Through Ansible Tower, you can see the job status update. Within Ansible Tower, Playbook runs stream by in real time. As Ansible automation across your infrastructure, you will see plays and tasks complete broken down by each machine and each success or failure complete with output, which is easier to see the status of your automation and what's the next in the queue. Clustering. Ansible Tower connect multiple Ansible Tower node into a Ansible Tower cluster. Ansible Tower clusters add redundancy and capacity, allowing you to scale Ansible automation across your enterprise, including with reserved capacity of certain teams and jobs, and remote execution for access across network zones. Current Ansible automation architecture can scale 200k nodes with 20 cluster nodes. Ansible Tower now available as a clusterable container service in Red Hat OpenShift. Scheduling job. Use Ansible Tower to schedule playbook execution and updates from external database either on a one-time basis or recurring at regular interval. This allows routine tasks to be performed unattended and is especially useful for tasks such as backup routine, which are ideally executed during operational off hours. You can manage and track your inventory. Tower's inventory syncing and provisioning callbacks allow node to request configuration on demand, enabling auto scaling. Smart inventories also allow you to organize and automate hosts across all your provided based on a powerful host fact query engine. See alert from the Red Hat Insights directly from the tower and use this insight provided playbook remediation to fix the issue in your infrastructure. Ansible Tower lets you launch playbooks with just a single click. It can prompt you for variables, let you choose from available secure credentials, and monitor the resulting deployments. Ansible Towers simplified the portal mode and survey feature allow IT administrators to delegate automation job run to user across the organization, which synchronized directly from corporation directories such as LDAP, Active Directory, delegated SAML authentication, so on. Run simple tasks on any hosts with Tower. Remote command execution. Add users or groups, resetting password, restart a multi-functioning service, or patch a critical security issue very quickly. Complex operations often involve the serial execution of multiple playbooks. Ansible Tower multi-playbook workflow allow user to chain together multiple playbooks to facilitate the execution of complex routines involving provisioning, configuration, deployment, and orchestration. Stay informed or your automation status via integrated notifications. Notify a person or team when your job succeeded or escalate when job is failed. Send a notification across your entire organization at once or customize on a per job basis. It connect your notification to Slack, HyperChat, PagerDuty, SMS, email, and more, or post the notification to a custom webhook to trigger other tools in your infrastructure.
Thank you for watching this video, guys. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, and don't forget to like also. Thank you, guys.